All right, so having a look at, we want to factorize a trinomial with two factors, right? With where we have a coefficient of a which is greater than 1. Okay, so trinomials where a is greater than 1. What is a? That's like ax squared plus bx plus c. That's a trinomial, and we're saying that a value over there is greater than 1. So then y is equal to 15w squared plus 14w minus 8. How do we factorize this? Now we can put this on a calculator quite quickly and it will shoot out the answer. But learning how to factorize is a really good skill to have outside the calculator and outside anything automatic, right? We're training our brains. So brains need to get bigger. Okay, we need to think more, we need to grow, right? So getting anything done automatically doesn't really help much when you have to actually show the steps or maybe provide some kind of working. Okay, so 15 over here, or even just understanding. All right, 15 is the same as 5 times 3, for example. All right, and then 8 is the same as 4 times 2, right? Now, there are factors of 15, which is 1 times 15 and 3 times 5, and factors of 8, which is 1 times 8 and 2 times 4. So, if we have those factors, we can just jump into a guess. What happens if I just guess this, all right? If I guess this, I could guess it right if I guessed it intelligently. Generally, if questions are within, start with the middle two values. Start with 3, 5, and 2, 4, and then work your way outwards if you need to. So looking at 5 and 3, I would take the 5 and put W with that, so 5W, and then 3W again on the side, because then 5W plus 3W gets me 15W squared. Then put 4 alone on the side and put 2 alone on the side. That'll get you 8, right? So if you remember that those last two values will always multiply to get you the last term, and the first two values of each bracket will multiply to get the first term. It's the middle term that's tricky, right? Now we need to get a negative over here, which means one has to be positive and one has to be negative. If I make this positive, right, and I make this negative, then I will get negative 8, which is perfect. I will still get 15w squared. It's about the middle term. That's what we want to check, right? So if I take the outer two terms, I can see 10w. And if I take the inner two terms, I can see negative 12w. And the sum of that is negative 2w, which is not correct because we need to get to 14. Okay. So this is just a method of trial and error. What will happen if I took the bracket and I flipped it around? So I took 3w over here and I took 5w over here and put plus 2 there and minus 4. Does this change anything? Let's get the outer two terms and the inner two terms checked first. So 6w over here minus 20w. Oh, I can see 14 coming out of 20 and 6 because 20 minus 6 is 14. But I need it to be plus and I need this to be minus, right? Then I'll get positive 14. So all I got to do is change this into plus because that'll ensure that that's plus, and change this into minus, and that'll ensure this is minus, which will become minus 6w. Then I'm done, technically done. All right, so 3w plus 4, 5w minus 2 is the answer I was looking for. All right, from the start. So if I factorize this over here, it's going to come to 3w plus 4, 5w minus 2, and that's factorized. We could then solve it after that if we make it equal to 0. Okay, but you just want to test factorization and the ability to do that. Okay.